Hello, and a very warm welcome back to the Cybersecurity Analyst pathway. My name is Sam, and I am your mentor for the DTSP program. Today's topic is K47, Concepts and Approaches to Cybersecurity Assurance. We have learned how to assess risk and deploy tools, but today we focus on how to prove those tools are effective. The core concept here is that assurance is the language of proof and trust. It is not enough to simply say you are secure. Assurance is the rigorous process of validating that your defensive measures actually work. Let us use an analogy. If implementing cybersecurity tools is like building a house, assurance is getting the building inspector, the structural engineer, and the surveyor to prove that the house is safe, secure, and built to code. Our goal today is to master the frameworks required to provide this justified confidence. We will learn how to transition from simply deploying technology to guaranteeing its operational effectiveness for the business, its customers, and its partners. Let us use my scaffold and ascend method to break down this core task. This knowledge point demands that you transition from theoretical security planning to verified, operational security validation. First, we must understand the concepts. This means grasping the fundamental differences between simply installing a security tool, achieving legal compliance, and achieving true, holistic assurance. They are not the same thing. Next, we explore approaches. You cannot assure a system based on a gut feeling. You must use structured, industry-standard methodologies and continuous monitoring to verify your controls systematically. Our domain remains cybersecurity. All our assurance efforts are explicitly targeted at proving the effectiveness of the mechanisms protecting our digital assets, networks, and sensitive data. Finally, assurance is the ultimate output. It is the guaranteed, evidence-based confidence you provide to the executive board, auditors, and external clients so they can trust your organization. Why is mastering assurance so critical for your career? Because the massive problem in today's market is that businesses routinely lose multi-million-pound contracts simply because they cannot prove their security posture to vendors. Many junior analysts fall into the trap of believing that passing a single compliance audit once a year means the system is fully secure. Audits are a snapshot. True assurance is a continuous, living state. We now operate in the trust economy. Modern clients, enterprise partners, and regulators demand continuous, independent proof of your security before they will ever trust you with their sensitive data. Therefore, strong assurance frameworks are crucial for winning business. When your sales team can hand a client an independent ISO 27001 certificate, it serves as a massive competitive advantage over your rivals. This is your ultimate value. By mastering assurance, you transition from being viewed as an expensive IT overhead cost into a strategic, revenue-generating business enabler. To succeed, we must make a vital distinction. The terms assurance, compliance, and audit are constantly confused in the corporate world, but they serve fundamentally different purposes. Compliance is simply a binary check of whether you meet a specific legal, regulatory, or contractual rule. It is a yes or no question. Did you encrypt the database? Yes, you are compliant. An audit is a formal, point-in-time examination. It is the activity where an internal or external inspector comes in for 2 weeks to gather evidence to prove your compliance. Assurance, however, is the continuous, holistic confidence that your risks are being actively and effectively managed every single day, not just when the auditors are looking. The terrifying reality of our industry is this: you can pass an audit and be 100% compliant on paper, but still suffer a devastating breach because you lack true, continuous security assurance. To structure our assurance efforts, we rely on a globally recognized framework known as the 3 lines of defense model. This ensures everyone knows their exact role in protecting the business. The first line belongs to operational management. These are the IT teams, system administrators, and security engineers who own the risk and actively manage the firewalls and access controls on a daily basis. The second line belongs to governance. These are the risk and compliance teams. They do not manage the firewalls, they write the policies, oversee the risk matrices, and monitor the first line to ensure they are doing their jobs. The third line belongs to internal audit. This is a completely independent team that reports directly to the executive board, providing objective assurance that the first 2 lines are functioning correctly. Your role as a cyber analyst often involves bridging the gap between the first and second lines, ensuring that technical operations perfectly align with corporate governance policies. When we seek assurance, we do not reinvent the wheel, we use established standards. The most prominent global framework is ISO 27001, the international gold standard for information security. ISO 27001 does not tell you which firewall to buy. Instead, it dictates how to build a robust information security management system, or ISMS, which governs all your security processes. It emphasizes process over tools. The framework is built on the Deming cycle of continuous improvement: plan your security, do the implementation, check the results, and act to fix the flaws. To help you, the standard provides Annex A, which is a comprehensive menu of 114 specific security controls covering everything from cryptography to human resources security. Achieving certification requires an independent, external auditor to rigorously test your ISMS. When you pass, that certificate provides absolute assurance to the global market that your data is safe. Another critical standard you must understand is SOC 2. This standard, developed by the American Institute of CPAs, is absolutely vital if your company provides cloud services or SaaS products to other businesses. SOC 2 evaluates an organization against 5 trust services criteria: security, availability, processing integrity, confidentiality, and privacy. You must prove your systems meet these rigorous benchmarks. You must understand the difference between the reports. A Type 1 report is a snapshot. It proves your controls were designed correctly on one specific day. A Type 2 report is the Holy Grail. It proves your controls operated effectively continuously over 6 to 12 months. Unlike ISO 27001, which gives you a one-page certificate, SOC 2 results in a massive, highly detailed narrative report that you physically hand to prospective clients so their security teams can review it. The value of a SOC 2 Type 2 report is immeasurable. In today's market, it is practically mandatory for technology companies trying to win lucrative enterprise-level B2B contracts. For your portfolio, K47 provides an excellent way to demonstrate your strategic business awareness. Structure your entry using the STARR method. Situation: our enterprise sales team recently lost a major SaaS contract because our organization could not provide formal security assurance to the client's procurement team. Task: my task was to initiate an internal assurance review by assessing our operational systems against the ISO 27001 Annex A controls. Action: I collaborated with operational management to conduct a comprehensive gap analysis. I mapped our current first line of defense procedures against the required ISO standards, documenting where we lacked formal policies. Result: I identified 3 major gaps in our access control policies. After remediating these gaps, we successfully passed our external assessment, directly enabling the sales team to win the next enterprise bid. Reflection: I learned that proactive assurance mapping is not just an administrative IT chore, it is a critical business function that directly supports revenue generation and client trust. When executing your major project, K47 is what elevates your report from a technical manual to a professional business document. You must include an assurance and governance chapter. You must explicitly state your alignment. Tell the assessor exactly which industry framework, such as ISO 27001, SOC 2, or the NIST CSF, your proposed security architecture aligns with. You must visually map your work. Provide a table that links your proposed technical security controls directly to specific requirements within that chosen assurance framework. Furthermore, you must explain the operational future. Describe how the 3 lines of defense model will govern, monitor, and audit your new system once it is deployed into the live environment. Why is this so critical? Because it proves to the EPA assessor that you design systems that are not just technically functional, but are fully auditable, compliant, and ready for enterprise deployment. To conclude today's session, the vital takeaway is that cybersecurity is what we do on the ground, but assurance is how we prove to the world that we are doing it well. Your toolkit now includes a deep understanding of corporate governance. You know the exact differences between simply being compliant, surviving an audit, and maintaining continuous operational assurance. You have established your authority by understanding how to leverage the 3 lines of defense model and map technical controls to global standards like ISO 27001 and SOC 2. The ultimate outcome of mastering K47 is that you provide the justified, evidence-based confidence required to not only protect the business from fines, but to actively grow its revenue. Your next practical step is to ask your manager or security team today if your company holds an ISO 27001 certification or a SOC 2 report. If they do, ask to read the executive summary. Thank you for your time. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you now feel more confident in mastering this topic. If you found value in this session, I have a small favor to ask. Please hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and follow our channel. It really means a lot to me and helps the algorithm show these lessons to other apprentices, just like you, who need support. Don't forget, you can download today's slides and the full transcript at www.mentorinai.com, EPAHUB. While you are there, check out our mock interview and portfolio review services to make sure you are fully ready for your EPA. See you in the next video. Keep learning.